Talk.
Um, it was funny. It was funny to me. And I looked at it two different ways. I looked at it as a former student of Clayton County Public Schools because I don't think I got failed, but I also graduated 10 years prior to her. Um, so a lot of things have changed between when I left Clayton County um, and her time period. Because I know we went through that whole thing with the losing of accreditation, and that did affect a lot of stuff too as well. Um, but then being older, I'm looking at it as an employee of Clayton County, and I see certain aspects on the backside. Um, where was it the school system? Was the school, the teachers, or your community around you that contribute to you not learning anything in school? So it just took a whole different outlook from me.
What about you, Nate? I'm gonna get my opinion last. What about you, Nate?
Okay, and similar to Mike, I went to Clayton County Schools. I graduated, as you see in my tag, in 2009. I looked at it both ways. The first one, from a perspective, I wanted to know what type of student was she. She graduated 6 years behind me, and I can say from experience, I graduated the year Mike just mentioned it. The year that I was a senior was the year that they lost accreditation. They lost it in September of 2008. They got it back right in time for us to graduate, and we were probably the one class that suffered the most. Like, just to give an example, it kind of was to me, and I know you probably remember me sharing it on social media. I'm like, to hear it from a student that was 6 years behind us to say they didn't get these benefits, didn't get things. The school system was a lot better at the time when they graduated than it was when we graduated. Because for the one, if people don't remember that accreditation situation, most of that board was replaced. It was a board issue, it wasn't even an educational issue. Was the reason that it lost accreditation, for one. Number two, I can tell you from experience, it was a for me, one, I don't feel like this county failed me, for one, because I have been pretty successful post Clayton County. But at that time, for a student that was coming out of school, it did affect us because of what they were going on, what was going on above us. It had nothing to do with the teachers, it had nothing to do with the academics. It was simply mishandling of, I think it was mishandling the board stuff at the top. That was the reason we lost accreditation. I got to remember. I got to go back and look at that. The rude ones in '08. But basically, to hear a student says that when they got way better opportunities than us, who a lot of us were rejected out of certain schools that we applied to simply because they didn't even know the full situation of what happened at accreditation. So to hear a student in 2015, once the county was in a lot better situation, they didn't have to go through the graduation test. They didn't have to go through a lot of things that us three went through to graduate high school. Say that statement, it was like, okay, so what did you really learn? Because you was also in another situation where you also went to Forest. CJ's not on here, but they went to a renovated Forest Park High School, so they had a lot of different opportunities 6 years down the road than we did in the 2000s. So I tried to respect what she had to say as far as that, but at the same time, it was like, how can you speak for a whole county off of your own experience?
I had to, and see the thing